Well, I've already got issues. Listen, as you can see from the background, I'm not at home basically. So just to quickly give you guys a bit of information of what's going on. Obviously, I've not posted in a month, which is the longest time I've not posted since I've started YouTube recently. I started doing it properly anyway. So just a quick rundown. Please do let me know if my audio is messing, that kind of stuff. Basically, long story short, I'm staying at my mate's house. I'm in Manchester for 4 weeks and I'm working in Manchester. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know that I'm working for the BBC currently, and I'm working for MUTV as well on the side, just a bit freelance, nothing major with MUTV, but I'm just doing bits and bobs. Shout out to him as well, my guy. But yeah, I'm doing bits on the side, so I've kind of been busy, really, to be quite honest with you. Of course, today, I'm going to do a quick 30-minute transfer update show for you lovely people, for all the people that always support me. So I appreciate you guys. Obviously, keep supporting. Slap like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to be a bit more consistent and just fit in with my schedule. I've got a better idea of my schedule now that I'm settled. I've been here for a week now, so I'm somewhat settled. I'm going to be in Birmingham next month. So I'm a bit all over the place at the moment in terms of commitments. But like I said, I promise, I'm just trying to work out my schedule so I can upload more content more frequently like I normally would. Obviously, I was uploading every single day, so hopefully I can try to get back to at least 3 to 4 days. And don't worry as well, the Rival Fan podcast is coming back very soon. I've got a lot of good ideas for that. The lads are raring to go for that as well, and I'm excited to bring that content for you lot. But apart from that, let's get into it. As you can see from the title, Manchester United transfer news. Yes, I've not made a video in a while, but to be quite honest with you, I've not missed anything apart from clickbait titles. But in today's title, as you can see, Frankie De Jong, done deal, a question mark. Is that true? We will go through that. And also Tyrell, Malacia, I think that's how you pronounce it, may not potentially hijacking that deal as well. So we will go into that alongside Pereira to Fulham, and obviously other rumours and questions that you may or may not have. As always, get your comments in down below if you're watching us on repeat. But yeah, let's get into it. First and foremost, shout out to the boy Pogba. Listen, Pogba, I wish you all the best in Juventus, and I appreciate you dropping by to drop a comment. Yes, he's back finally. Yes, bro, man, you love to see it. Man's my day one. My G. Nay, G. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Absolutely smashing it in Oslo and that, big thing, international and that. We love to see it. And always the United way in the chat. I appreciate you, as always, for showing support. But listen, let's start with today's news. We'll start with Andres Pereira on his way to Fulham. What are your thoughts on this one? First things first, is there any truth in the story? And to be quite frank, honestly, from what I've seen, it seems like it's a legitimate. The sources are legit. It seems like most of the clubs, both the clubs, are kind of speaking openly about the interest, and it also seems like Manchester United have accepted a deal or slash offer of roughly 8 million for Andres Pereira to make his way to Fulham. But the question is Pereira going to go? For me personally, I'm skeptical whether he's going to accept the terms and conditions. I don't really know what the situation is with the amount of money that they are offering Pereira. But what I do know is this guy, for me personally, doesn't want to leave Manchester United. He's been here for so long. He had a decent loan spell back home not so long ago. He was scoring bangers. Pre-season's around the corner. You know what happens to Pirlo, a.k.a. Pereira. He's going to turn up. But for me personally, I just want him gone alongside a lot of other players. But for me, I just forgot he even belongs to Manchester United. Get this guy gone. I don't even care if to say, we'll take him for 2 million at this point. Just get him gone. If he doesn't want to leave, force him out the door. I don't care. We're being too nice. Manchester United Football Club need to stop being too nice. Pack his bags and tell man to dip. Get out. Hadarfis. Arrivederci. Get out. Bro, leg it. Dip, pack his bag, book the taxi, book his Uber. Just get rid of this guy. And also, if they want Scott McTominay on the free, they can take him as well. Because to be quite honest with you, Scott McTominay is basically Fulham level. And that's almost a disrespect to Fulham, to be honest, because they've actually got pedigree and history. So for me, he probably ain't in Fulham level. That guy's an absolute bomb, but you can't even discuss him on these shows because he's never getting sold. But listen, it is what it is. No, we're not talking about Fred Ali. Don't worry, we'll get to Fred. Yo, new season, new vibes. You love to see it. Would have loved Scott, bro, 100%. Yes, the boys are here, the gang. I appreciate you all, obviously, the homies, man, the family, the familia. Sammy, yes, Sammy. For those of you that do not know, Sammy is a resident Real Madrid fan. Obviously, I haven't spoken since the final, to be fair, Sammy, on the show. So shout out to you, Vinicius Jr. Hala Madrid. You love to see it. Yeah, so what position does Malacia play? He plays left back. So going from Pereira to Malacia, look, I'm going to keep it very short and simple on this guy. I know nothing about him. I don't know anything about him. I've barely seen the guy play. I mean, I've seen him play maybe once or twice, but I've never noticed him, to be quite honest with you. So what I've done is I've messaged my mate, who's an Ajax fan, who watches Holland religiously, watches Eredivisie religiously. I messaged him and I said, look, give me the scoop on this guy. Let me know your thoughts on him, because I don't know much about him, and I know my United fans will be talking about him. So what he said to me is, we will do a player profile, so we'll go do a separate video in more detail regarding him as a player. But just to keep it short and simple, he is a left back. He was on his way to Lyon, but Manchester United are potentially hijacking that deal. The 15 million that we are hopefully saving from the Frankie De Jong deal is going towards him. So for me personally, that's an absolute no-brainer. Get a left back here. No Luke Shaw, right? Let's just call it real. He's had one training session with Luke Shaw and Tellers and thought, F this! Man, seeing these bombs in training. And he said, what? Yo, hijack that deal. Hijack it. He got straight onto the blower. After that training session, he said, hijack this deal. These man ain't serious. But listen, I've always defended Luke Shaw, but I've come to the point I ain't defending anyone now. At the end of the day, Luke Shaw's had plenty of opportunities, been here for God knows how many years. Looking at 8 years, he's had 1.5 good years at Manchester United Football Club, and no one should be saved. That includes him. That includes Bruno. Pogba's gone. That includes Rashford. Whoever it may be, none of these players should feel comfortable in their position. And for me personally, if we can get another left back in and put pressure on him, then I'm all for it, because these guys are being too comfortable for too long, and I don't love it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, fair play to Luke Shaw. He looks okay. I mean, me and Luke Shaw with similar physique at the moment, which I mean, I can't play left back, but if I could, I'd probably do a better job than him, because he's absolutely useless. The guy can't stay fit. So for me, regarding the Malacia news, like I said, we will do a player profile if it's confirmed and he is signed for Manchester United in the coming days. So stay tuned for that one. Obviously, subscribe, all that good stuff. But in terms of what he brings to the team, from what I've heard, is he's ever 2.0. He's the best left back in the world. That's what I've heard. That's not my opinion. That's what I've heard. He's the best left back in the world. I think Marcelo's got posters of him on his wall. That's what someone told me. I don't know if it's factual or not. Obviously, it's up to you if you want to believe that. But I'm going to believe it. So Marcelo, listen, it is what it is. I understand. You know, sometimes you got to appreciate greatness. But Malacia is that. But if he doesn't come to Man United, he's wank. He's shit. He's done out here. He's dead baller. But if he signs, like I said, Marcelo's got posters on him on his wall. Stay tuned for that video. We have got a question here. Thoughts on our young fullback Fernandez from Madrid. I don't know if that's for me or Sammy, because obviously Sammy's in the chat. Shout out to you. Alvaro Fernandez. Listen, I'm a big fan of Alvaro Fernandez. I've seen him a few times live now, thankfully, which is obviously, it just helps you get a better gauge of their capabilities, so to speak, off the ball, not so much on it. But for me personally, from what I've seen him, I think he looks a talent, no doubt. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves as a fullback to have that return. He did get their player of the season as well. But in saying all of that, beautiful descriptive words regarding that player, might be too early for him, to be quite honest with you. I think Bed plays at that. Alvaro Fernandez, Bed plays at that end. I don't think we need to throw him straight in there as the backup to Luke Shaw. As I've already said, Luke Shaw's hardly ever fit. So if we don't sign a left back, that means Tellers is going to be playing. And for me, personally, I've had enough of Tellers. You know, when we signed Tellers, I was raving about Tellers. I thought Tellers is going to be the guy. He's going to take the mantle off Luke Shaw and he's going to run with it. And it's not happened. The guy has been absolutely shocking. So to come back to the Alvaro Fernandez comment, for me, I think it's a bit too early for him. I do think he's got a lot of potential. And I do think, you know, those cup games, maybe Europa League game, depending on the situation, might do the world of good. But we'll have to wait and see regarding that matter. But as I speak on it, Tellez, as I've tweeted out, and a lot of other sort of journalists, I'm not a journalist, but a lot of other big-time journalists have tweeted out something similar. Tellez is the one to make way for Malacia if he is to be coming to Old Trafford. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if we do hijack that deal successfully, Tellez is on his way out. And for me personally, I think it's the right thing. It's time that Manchester United stop hoarding players and stop holding on to players. If they are not performing in a couple of years' time, just get rid, man. It's just, we wasted too much time on players hoping they come good. I'm extremely guilty of this. I know a lot of people will say, Osman, you do it all the time. I've been doing it with Luke Shaw for God knows how many years. And look, I hold my hands up. Fair enough. I'm not perfect, believe it or not. But regarding the tennis thing, I just think get rid of him, man. He's not good enough for Manchester United. I've seen enough of him. His crossing, yes, he's got a couple of assists off late from corners, but in general, defensively, he's shocking. Going forward, he's nothing special. I mean, he's nothing special. Like, he really isn't. He isn't good enough. But yeah, like I said, Malacia, hopefully, fingers crossed, stay up to date with that one. Obviously, we will be doing a player profile video in the next coming days with an Eredivisie expert, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's get some of your comments in. As you know, we're saying, please do slap a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are just tuning in, obviously you're wondering where the hell has this guy been. Long story short, I'm currently working at the BBC, alhamdulillah, of course. So I've just been busy, to be quite honest with you. No excuses, just trying to balance everything. I'm struggling to get myself back in the gym. I finished work late. Anyways, basically, I haven't got time at the moment. But I have my time today, 30 minutes, and then obviously I'm on my way to the gym. So hopefully I'm going to try to do more videos like this, even if it's 30 minutes, just to have a little quick chat with you lovely people. Any news on your boy, Ibrahim Sangaré? I don't think I pronounced it like that. But listen, very straightforward again. I don't know enough about him. I've seen one comp. Yes, Eredivisie player as well. There's a lot of Eredivisie players, linked to my name, which I'm okay with. But listen, that one comp saw my dreams. That one comp on this player, Sangaré. Again, I spoke to my boy who's an Eredivisie expert, and he gave me the lowdown, and he was actually raving about him. So I'm sold. I just want to DM. Bring him to Old Trafford. I don't really care at this point. Anyone but Scott McTominay, please, Lord have mercy. I do not want to see another season of that guy thinking he's fucking prime Roy Keane. He's absolutely shy. So bring anyone but Scott McTominay. Apparently, he's 25 million as well. So potentially could be a good steal. We'll have to wait and see. Big up my brother Osman, Malacia, and Frankie incoming, inshallah. Big up my bro. Thank you very much, Victor. I appreciate you coming through with the lovely words. But yes, let's get into the major story on today's show. And obviously, as you can see from the title, Frankie De Jong to Manchester United looks all but a done deal. I did actually tweet out 2 days ago that Frankie De Jong to Manchester United is done, but I was actually trolling. But it just so happened that I've done it so perfectly that people think I was being serious, because it actually come to fruition. That is a done deal. Basically, Frankie to Manchester United is basically inevitable at this point. I do think it'll happen this week. Of course, with Manchester United, we do like to long things out as much as possible. But from what all the reports are suggesting, it seems that both clubs have agreed on a fee of £56 million up front, which roughly converts to about 65 million euros, give or take. And then add-ons, which would take him up to about 80 million. For me personally, for the price and the fact that we've got an upfront cost of only 56 million, of course, that can go up to 70 or whatever it may be. Absolute bargain of a player. Look, there's a lot of positives about this deal. First things first, we finally got a midfielder that's press resistant, a midfielder that's capable of, dictating tempo, has the capability of finding a pass. Obviously, we lost Pogba. We needed someone in a similar ilk to come in and play a similar role to an extent. But with Frankie De Jong, what he does possess is the capabilities of playing in this system that Erik ten Hag deploys successfully. I mean, he knows Ten Hag. Ten Hag knows him. Ten Hag has made it very clear that he wants Frankie De Jong to be his #1 man. He wants to build a team around him. It seems that case anyways. The fact that he's been chasing him for such a long period. And for me personally, it's fantastic to see Manchester United delivering what the manager wants. In this case, Ten Hag wanted him, and it seems like Manchester United are going to deliver on this case. Of course, anything can happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. But as the title suggests, no, I'm not trying to clickbait yourself. It does look like it's a done deal. And for me personally, I'm absolutely over the moon. It has dragged out a bit too long for me. However, if we have knocked £20 million off the price tag, which does mean now we can get the left back, then it was well worth the wait, because for me, that's an absolute steal. As I've said, in this day and age, to sign a player of that ilk for that money is outrageous. Look, just to put in context, Arsenal signed Ben White for the same price. I mean, we signed Fred for the same price. Forget Ben White. We signed Fred for the same price, and the caliber between the two players is absolutely astronomical in terms of the difference. So for me personally, absolutely buzzing with that one. If it is to come true, I think for me, this will be the catalyst. A lot of people are saying similar things, that this could be the snowball effect where Manchester United finally get their man and they start to snowball and sign a couple of other players. Look, Frankie De Jong, fantastic start to the window, but we need to get a move on. We do need to sign at least another 3-4 players, because for me, quite frankly, without the pun intended, he's not enough, obviously, on his own. He'll still be playing with Fred and McTominay, and that for me is a no-go. I've had enough. I've got a season ticket now as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I have got a season ticket. Your boy's got a season ticket, so match day vlogs will be coming every time I'm there, basically at home, of course. So make sure you stay tuned for them, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And hopefully that would mean more like fan content in terms of, fan cams, that kind of thing after the game. Hopefully trying to do more of that kind of stuff for you lovely people. Obviously, when I'm at the game, I'm going to try and interview Flex, Saeed, them kind of people, because I know them in it. So I don't really know Flex. Anyways, I digress. Either way, more fan content like that coming in the new season, so please stay tuned for that. Let's get a couple of more comments in. Keep getting your comments in. Obviously, I want basically every time I do a show like this, I want it to be as interactive as possible. Hence why I do it, so I get an opportunity to speak to you lovely people, get the comments, your thoughts, that kind of thing. Akil, shout out to you, bro. Day one supporter. Good to see you in the chat. Arsenal fans got excited for nothing. Chelsea and United hijacked the. But basically, I haven't seen anything regarding the Rafinha thing. So Daniel has just messaged me actually. I don't know if that's regarding the Rafinha thing. Obviously, Daniel, you guys know I'm a Chelsea resident fan. So I don't know if that's regarding Rafinha, but obviously we'll see what you guys are saying. Chelsea Leeds have reached a full agreement. Rafinha future bid accepted on. Bro, if this is true, that is absolutely hilarious because Arsenal fans have been on a mad one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chat. How does Frankie De Jong improve? I will come back to that very shortly. You should go for Basuma to Kish, you on the wind up. Listen, Kish, me and Kish are gonna do a show very soon with the gang as well. So obviously stay tuned for that. Like I said, just sorting out my life. As you can see by my face, I've lost weight. I know you guys can tell that I've lost weight. Alhamdulillah, I lost like a stone. Obviously, a long way to go, all that good stuff. But sorting my schedule out. The Rival Fan podcast is coming back very soon. Me and Kish, we need to have words. Kit or Kojo as well. Yo! Listen, can everybody in the chat just give a congratulations to this man here? In case you're not aware, Kojo, not him personally, but his missus, has given birth. So he is a dad. Oh my God. Unbelievable news. Oh, Kojo, I'm so happy for you. You're an absolute legend. You deserve nothing but love, light, and happiness. May God bless you and your beautiful new kids. So yeah, people in the chat, show Kojo love, man. Absolute my guy. That's my guy right there. My brother. My day one. I love you, man. I love you, bro. But yeah, hopefully dad duties are going well. And me, Kojo, will be back very soon. Obviously, as I just said, he's just had a kid. First time done that. Yeah, you love to see it. So obviously when he's settled with that as well, as you can imagine, it's quite hectic for him as well. So hopefully everything will be sorted. Hopefully next week we've got some good shows. The Rival, I tell you now, the Rival show is going to be absolute madness. But yeah, let's come back to the Frankie De Jong comment. Where are we going? Yeah, we should have got Basuma to replace McTominay. That would have been nice. How does Frankie De Jong improve and who partners him? Who partners Frankie De Jong? I don't know why I'm shouting. I do apologize. Who partners at the moment? I'd probably say Fred from what we've got available. I do think Van der Beek is an option. Van der Beek playing in a double pivot alongside Frankie De Jong. It wouldn't be my go-to for playing against the better teams, the teams that are potentially going to hurt us. Liverpool, for example, which is a game I'm first at. You got to stay tuned for that vlog because me and Kish are going to be sat together. Not this Kish in the chat, the other Kish that hates Pogba, so that's going to be jokes. But yeah, so for me, I would probably say Fred at the moment. For what we've got available, I just think Fred is best suited. He's got the capabilities of playing a certain way. He's got the capabilities of covering ground, win the ball back, hopefully playing the ball to Frankie and letting him dictate play. That's what I'm hoping that does happen. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, for me personally, as long as it's not Scott McTominay, I don't really care. Anyone but him. I've actually had enough of that guy. Did you not see Scott McTominay post that picture of man ripped? Who does he think he is? Bro, go be a PT at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Just go do it. You've got the physique. Go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Pull the 50-year-old old ladies that love you. Go to Benidorm. Become one of those guys that works at those flipping clubs in Benidorm. I don't care. Stop playing for Manchester United, please. You're not good enough, man. But these men posting pictures, I don't care, bro. I don't swing that way. If you do, fair play. But I don't swing that way, so I don't want to see pictures of you topless, bro. I want to see videos of you on the pitch doing bits. That's all I care about. I do not care about pictures of you, Rashford, anybody else naked or topless. I don't care. Believe it or not, us fans, we don't care about that, man. These men are so pathetic. Do you think Ronaldinho posting pictures topless? I've never seen one. Not that I want to, but I haven't seen one. The point being is just stop, bro. It's jarring. You're cringy as hell. You're like one of those pick-me boys. Oh, look at me, I'm ripped. Shut up, bro, man. Keep your top on. No one gives a shit, big man. No one cares. There's old ladies at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They'll appreciate you. Go there, fucking do one. Go do your thing there, man. No one cares about you, man, like that, man. These guys, man, they think they're sick. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Love you too, Koja. We fucking love you. Right, I think 15 million was there from De Jong. Deal's going straight into a Malacia deal. This is why fans have to be patient this summer, and especially while we are working on it. Listen, I'm going to be very honest. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, you know this anyways. If you don't, which is fine, I have not been patient at all. I've not been patient. I think the Basuma one was the one that tipped me over the edge, because when Spurs signed Basuma for 25 million, when we need a DM, and then people will say he's not a DM. Yeah, but he would play in that role. So just stop, relax with the trying to be professional, like pundit and all this bollocks. But yeah, regarding the Basuma thing, as soon as Spurs signed him, I lost my head. I was like, why are we not signing, man, for 25 million? We've got Scott McTominay playing there, and we've got Basuma available for 25 M's. And people were saying, you know, he's got that case, the court case over his head. And to be fair, that did make sense, but I didn't want to see sense at that point. For me, the club has taken the piss with a Frankie De Jong deal. However, if they do get this deal done for the price that has been quoted, i.e. 55 million, give or take, and then signed Malacia off the back of saving that money, then I can't really be mad. And know what, fair play. They've done it the right way for once in their lives. They've actually done the right thing and not just throwing money, basically, because they've got it. You know, a lot of clubs have held Manchester United ransom over the years, and it's important that we do move away from that and we do move past that. And, you know, this is a learning curve for me as a fan as well, as it is for all of us. But in saying that, you can't blame us. You can't blame us for not being patient, because everything in history in the last 10 years post-Fergie has suggested that the board take the piss with deals, and they don't actually make improvements. Like the Wan-Bissaka one or the Maguire one, you know, we spent about 3 months trying to haggle 5 million and end up paying the full price. So for me, I thought it was another situation like that. But I'm happy to be wrong. Absolutely happy to be wrong. And hopefully I'm wrong more often, because it means the club is doing the right thing. But yeah, let's keep getting some more comments in. So Luke Shaw, position in trouble. Malacia is underrated. Frankie De Jong will replace McTominay, and Donny replaces Bruno. We're just dreaming of Neves. Oh, Neves would be interesting, to be fair. In that midfield, we haven't really been linked with Ruben Neves for a long time. So, you know, I don't really expect that to happen. But listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to keep it on Man United, but I can't go past the fact that Arsenal might have fumbled the Rafinha thing. Is that true? Because someone confirmed that for me, because I'm absolutely creasing if that is true. Because Arsenal fans have been so Is that true? I've asked the fumble Rafinha. Please, somebody confirm this is true, because everyone's saying it. So I don't actually know if it's factual or not, but if it is, that's actually hilarious, because they thought they're going to win the league. Arsenal fans on Twitter thought they're going to win the league because they're getting Rafinha. Now they've got Jesus, who's not scored more than 13 goals in one season. I mean, Bruno Fernandes got a better return than him, but it is what it is. Frankie partnering Donny, Ericsson, Fred, based on opposition. I guess, yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. It would be based on opposition, of course. Fred would probably play most of those games alongside Frankie. I do think Donny van de Beek would eventually get that opportunity as well, but against the so-called lesser teams in the league, which we have struggled against. I mean, for me personally, it gives us options. I think that's the most important thing. Ericsson, by the way, another player that is linked to Manchester United very heavily. For me personally, I do think Ericsson is going to be a Manchester United player, potentially this week as well. However, I'm not going that hard in it, because there's like 5% in my head thinking, but what if he stays at Brentford? At the 95%, there's no way he stays at Brentford. He comes to Manchester United. Of course he does. But that 5%, I don't want to go in and then he signs for Brentford. I'm going to have unbelievable pie on my face. I'm just holding back on Ericsson. But for me, just to speak on it very briefly, Ericsson is a phenomenal signing for us. Honest to God, the guy has got quality in abundance. Just in general play, he's a top footballer. And obviously, he's got capabilities of a whipping it across, which is something we have not got at Manchester United currently. Bruno Fernandes, I'm sorry to break the news to you. You're absolutely shocking at set pieces. Alongside everybody else, I mean, Tellez is the only one who's got anything from set pieces. But as we've already mentioned, get rid of Tellez. I've had enough of him. He's had his opportunity. Get rid. But yeah, regarding Ericsson, I think that would be a fantastic business. You know, Matt is on his way out. Obviously, Pogba's gone. Matic is gone. We need to replace all three of them realistically. And I think Donny van de Beek, Frankie De Jong and Eriksen as the three midfielders is a massive improvement. Obviously, we've already got Bruno Fernandes there. And the reason I put Van der Beek in that is because, cliche as it sounds, he is like a new signing because he's not had a kick for Man United, really. And we've got a manager now who knows how to get the best out of him. So hopefully he does actually get an opportunity and we can actually treat it like a new signing. But obviously time will tell. But yeah, regarding Eriksen, that's a no-brainer. Get that one done without a shadow of doubt. I think most Man United fans would probably agree with that. It's not our money in terms of wages, so I don't really care. Akil saying, I think we are going for the players that manager wants. If the manager doesn't fancy a physical enforcer, CDM, then so be it. We need to trust him. Listen, this is a good point. I don't really think he plays with a physical enforcer. I must say, from what I can recall, I can't think of many that he's had. He's probably had a couple that's completely gone out my head. But in general, they don't really tend to play with that style of player. But for me personally, I think it's nice to have that in the team. So you've got that option. I think it's important that we have options more than anything. I don't want to be like 3 months down the line and then 10 hours like, shit, I should have got a DM that's aggressive in the tackle. And I think that's something we're massively missing. So I think for me personally, it's important to get that. However, as you said, if that's not in his plans, and he's going for players strictly to suit a different style of play, i.e. his system, then, you know, we have to trust Erik ten Hag's judgment. And for me personally, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what happens. You know, we're going to finally have an attacking-minded manager at Manchester United. Of course, he's got a lot of work to do. And of course, it's going to take him a long time as well to, you know, instill his system and really grasp the players to grasp his system. But hopefully, we're moving in the right direction slowly. But one thing I will say is, and I've seen a lot of people say this on social media, and I think it's absolutely fact. We need to look at the players that he wants, firstly. But secondly, players that already played for him. A lot of people are saying, why are we going for a lot of Ajax players and that kind of thing, or players that he's put. I think that's a blessing. If we go for players that already know his system, it's going to take less time for them to bed in and hopefully just fit in like a glove. And for me personally, it speeds up the process first and foremost. And secondly, it also allows other players, you know, to hopefully learn from them and obviously pick up little pointers. You know, if you've got 3 to 5 players that already understand the system, it will increase the, you know, increase the process, basically. I know we don't want to use that word, but increase the process of other people familiarizing themselves with the system. And hopefully those players have an influence on the other players around them, because one thing we do know is these players are nowhere near fit enough, and that's something that they definitely need to improve if they are wanting to play under 10. And I don't think a lot of these players have got that in their locker. So for me, I think it's a blessing. The more players we can get is definitely a blessing. Probably McTominay, I'm not sure what I was referring to, but any slander for McTominay is more than welcome here. 6 packs don't get you goals and assists. This is obviously referring to Scott McTominay. Listen, just allow it. Like I said, Blackpool, Pleasure Beach, post some pictures. If you're a PT, if you're a lifeguard, do your thing, bro. Not when you're playing for Man United. Couldn't care less about your abs, my brother. Frankie Ponty, I've already read that one. Keep getting comments in. Got a few more minutes and then I need to shoot because I need to eat and then head to gym. Eriksen, Eriksen, De Jong, Van der Beek. First, second, McTominay, Fred, Bruno. I think I read that right. But yeah, basically saying his midfield preference is Eriksen, De Jong, Van der Beek. I don't think that has balance, I've got to be honest. Although that sounds fantastic, especially against the Leicester teams. I don't know how that would work in terms of balance. But listen, just do it. Just do it against the Leicester teams. Teams that we expect to control the ball against. Teams that we expect to park the bus. Why not try it? Eriksen, for me, is a very smart bit of business, as I've already mentioned. I'm excited about that signing. If it does happen, I'll be absolutely buzzing with Eriksen because I know exactly what to expect from him. The guy's got quality, man. I'm a fan of Eriksen, man. I think he'd be an absolutely fantastic addition to the team. Chelsea and Leeds have agreed. Is this true, by the way? Everyone's saying it in the chat now. No way, that's absolutely world if that's true. Does Ten Hag play a high press? Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. Yes, he does play a high press. He plays a high line as well, which is something that is interesting because, of course, you know, we haven't got a centre-back that is potentially quick enough to deal with that. Obviously, Varane, Lindelof, Bayer capable, but Maguire, I'm not sure. Also, Malacia, what I do know about him, he's rapid. So, of course, that would be quite good for cover as well, potentially, with the fact that we play a very high line. But yeah, for me personally, we need to get the right personnel in. Also, Rashford, Martial, Sancho, happy to see them back in training as well. Just very quickly, obviously, we'll do that and we'll talk about this in another video in general. But yeah, it's just good to see the boys back. Hopefully, you know, he gets these mans drilled and ready for this high press because they're going to need to be fair. Because that is one of the things that they should be expecting which is a lot of running. And if you don't run, you don't play. And for me personally, that's the way it should be, especially in this day and age. I think Lisandro Martinez can be used as a CDM if the Frankie Eriksson third midfield doesn't work. He's versatile. Yeah, I mean, Martinez plays CDM and centre back, so he would be a good addition. Arsenal are, of course, heavily linked to him. From what I'm aware of, Man United have been offered him as well, and being made aware that Arsenal put in a 40 million bid. For that money, I would take him. Like you just said, he's very versatile. He can play centre back, he can play CDM, similar to Daily Blaine in that sense, not in terms of like how they play, but the fact that he can play multiple positions. I think it would be a good addition to the team. For me personally, I don't really know what I want as centre back. I've got to be honest. I'm kind of racking my brains. The only one really comes to mind is Pau Torres, but I don't know if Pau Torres and Varane complement each other in the right way. I mean, Lindelof, Varane, I would prefer them over obviously Maguire, of course. But we do need a mobile centre back. I mean, Timber was the dream, really, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't overly like, yes, get Timber, but out of the options that are available now that I look at it, Timber was probably the best one. But we potentially get him next season. But yeah, for me personally, he could be a CDM option. So it would be interesting to see what happens. Anyone that has already played under his system, I'm all for, basically. I'm all for, because I think that's really important. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel, as United Way is saying. Like I said to you guys at the start, I'm going to try and be more consistent with these 30-minute videos, just update videos, podcasts, whatever it may be. But obviously, I'm working on the schedule. I'm just trying my best to get the content back out for you people. I appreciate everyone coming through. Other players like Malacia and Anthony is also linked heavily to Manchester United as well, but I'll save that for another day because I do need to shoot off very shortly because I need to eat and then head to gym. But yeah, Anthony does seem like he's trying to force a move, as the United Way is saying, which is interesting because we've not had that in a while. It's good to see a player eager to come to Man United, so that's a positive. But what I will say about Anthony is the guy's got flair. And no, he'll get you off your seat, basically. Obviously, we'll go into more details on the coming days. I have got a podcast either tomorrow or Thursday. Kojo and Jerry will be back for that. Alongside myself, and hopefully I'm going to try and grab Neji or someone along those lines to get a podcast for you beautiful people. But yeah, I'm just going to read his last comment from Diogo Santos, because what a name that is. That's quality. The Frankie deal could be huge even for this market. His signature could... can't even read. His signature could pull a few other players to call Malacia, Eriksson, etc. On top of that, we already know how much we'll spend on him, so we move. Absolutely, bro. I think for me personally, the Frankie De Jong deal, beautiful, bellissima, absolutely fantastic signing. As I said in the title, I do think the deal is done. It's just a matter of time, a matter of when, if not if. The Malacia one, I will keep you up to date with anything regarding that one when we find out. Hopefully in the coming days, we'll have more information. And also stay tuned for the podcast coming very soon. Myself, Kojo, Jerry, hopefully, fingers crossed, all three of us will be back together. If not, Neji, we'll see who's about. But yeah, we'll be back hopefully tomorrow, if not Thursday. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like. And obviously, if you wish to do so, get your comments in down below. I will reply to all the comments as well. And if you've got any other players you want me to talk about, let me know as well. But apart from that, hopefully, guys, have enjoyed this transfer roundup. Just to conclude, Frankie De Jong is on his way to Manchester United. Malacia is close. Manchester United have hijacked. It's now up to the player to decide whether he wants to come to us or Lyon. Eriksson, I'm fairly confident that he's coming to Manchester United. I said 95%, roughly around there. 5%, it might stay at Brentford. We'll have to wait and see, but that would be fantastic business. Pereira does seem like he's on his way out to Fulham. Fingers crossed. Tellez also does seem like he's on the chopping block. So for me, it's been a good day for Manchester United fans. We've not had many of these in the last couple of weeks, so enjoy it. But apart from that, it's been your boy, man. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And